The theme of my presentation is mobility reimagined. By definition, the word reimagine implies new, it implies change, it implies innovation. So my presentation, the base of my presentation is around the theme of innovation, much to the same thing that Piers talked about. Innovation is driven by user experience. More and more now, users are expecting more to do with their devices. So at Intel, we made a shift a long time ago where we moved from a company that made products and then went out to market with those products to one where everything that we do now is with the user totally in mind. We build products for what the user are aspiring to do today and what they want to do tomorrow. So we have made that radical shift quite some time ago. User experience is defined by many things, but just take a look at this one in terms of applications. The sheer number of apps that are being downloaded, pretty much every year. That's just one example of things that are driving innovation. The key thing about this one is that users want to do this kind of thing across different types of devices and not just one type of devices. So that's driving this theme around innovation. And frankly, if there's no innovation, all of us in the room here should be very worried. Because if we don't have new products and new devices to go and sell to our customers, that is not a good situation to be in. But the good news is that we don't have to worry. There's a lot of innovation going ahead of us, and I'll talk about that as we go through the deck. Mobile computing has really evolved because of this need to change. We have rapidly shifted from the thick, not so power efficient, not so power performance-based laptops, which needed to be connected to a power outlet, to now where we have beautiful devices. Piers showed some examples of Ultrabooks that are now out in the market. So we have a lot of new products which have coming out to enable users to aspire and meet the usage models that they have across different types of devices. Whether we're watching, learning, listening, giving tools to our kids to educate themselves, browsing, communicating, or on the move. These are some of the things that users want to see as part of this complete compute experience that they want. The ability also to connect anytime, anywhere to all the content, and more from the back end of last year, touch becoming a key requirement to enable that compute experience. In order to deliver that experience, we as manufacturers and vendors need to make sure that the systems that we bring out to market, again, this goes back to the point I made earlier, that we must have the end user top of mind when we bring out products. We need to bring to them products which are very immersive. What I mean by that, devices that they have a very intuitive way of interacting with. So touch is becoming a key requirement in that. They need systems which are very fast and responsive. We live in a world today where we want to do everything now. We don't want to wait. So we don't want our systems to be slow and slow us down, whether that's in a work environment or in a personal nature. We want our content to be secure wherever that resides. We want our devices to be secure, should in the event that device be stolen or lost somewhere. And we want all our applications to run as seamlessly as possible and the ability to create and transfer our content across multiple devices. And again, the ability to access that content from anywhere. A lot of those things that I mentioned there, I think we delivered. Last year, I talked about Ultrabook and the fact that Ultrabook would be something that would evolve over many generations. A lot of those requirements by users, I believe that we delivered in Ultrabook when we first launched it in 2011. Last year, Ultrabook, again, moved on when we moved to our third generation core microprocessors in terms of the functionalities that we could build on the system. And you'll see that, Ultrabook is about to take the next leap forward in terms of innovation. Ultrabook has really changed the game. I'm sure people who are in retail will know this. A lot of the systems that you see on the shelf today have gone from the thick type notebooks to now beautiful looking devices, slim, very fast, very responsive. And as I say, touch is now becoming a requirement. And we know this from the research that we've done. For example, here, this is a simple survey that we did where we're asking people, what would be, if you had the choice, your primary interface with your device? And as you can see there, touch has been called out quite significantly. With that in mind, Intel is doing a lot of work with the ecosystem, with companies that are working, for example, with touch panels. We're investing in these companies. The idea is that so we can bring and accelerate the take-up of touch, and over time bring the economies of scale in, which will bring the prices of devices down. And also ramping the number of design wins through manufacturers, for example, such as Dell, so they can bring these products to market. We're also now moving more and more to a situation where whether you are largely a consumer of content or a creator of content, across this spectrum of multiple types of devices, to a stage where you could have the best of both worlds. You could have, for example, an Ultrabook, which is a convertible, which is a detachable. So it gives you the benefit of having a device which could be a PC when you want it to be, or a tablet when you want it to be. Those devices are available today. And as we go forward, there will be more and more of these devices, which gives retailers and our customers a compelling reason to sell, a compelling reason to buy these types of devices. Now imagine having all those features and functionalities that I talked about, but also now having the capability to have more voice-capable systems, facial analysis as your gateway to the system, as your password in effect, gesture recognition, augmented reality. It sounds a bit out there, a bit in the future, but actually this is about to come to systems very close to us when we launch our 4th generation core microprocessors, which will happen this quarter. And there'll be products coming out back end of this quarter, only a few to start off with, but for the rest of the year, you will see products built on 4th generation core processors, which will have those features and functionalities built into them. One of the key things that you'll see will be a dramatic increase in terms of the graphics capability of system based on 4th generation core processors. And here I'm not talking about a factor of maybe a 20, 30% increase in terms of capability, but a 200% increase in graphics capability. So this is coming your way, and again, another innovative and compelling reason to take new products out to our customers. 4th generation core processor-based system will also enable even thinner and lighter form factors with fantastic battery life, all-day battery life, with inherent security built into the system, whether that's for your content or the device itself. And again, as I mentioned, the increasing graphics capability that you'll have with these systems. Detachable systems, convertibles, these are all coming out second half of this year. That's notebooks. The desktop, I just want to touch upon to make people understand that the desktop is not going away. There's no death of the PC as such. The PC over time has morphed into different types of devices. I talked last year when I was here about all-in-one. But again, these are morphing into different types of very beautiful devices. And these are available from our multinational companies today. And it's a golden opportunity for people to sell these products because these are not commoditized products. There are homes for these products. If you think about the hospitality area, the retail, health, education, there are good opportunities to sell these types of devices, and they are available. So please factor that into your range when you're selling products. I also want to touch upon smartphones. Intel made an entry into smartphones not so long ago, and we now have products selling in over 20 countries. Our most recent edition was actually with Etisalat in Egypt, where we launched a phone with them last month, or earlier this month, if I'm not mistaken. The first generation of Intel smartphones that came out, with the processors that we came out, were as compelling from a benchmark perspective as some of the best that's already been in the market. And our roadmap is very strong in terms of our entry and progression into smartphones. So we have a very compelling roadmap, so expect to see more news around smartphones. Tablets is definitely the success story of our time. I think everybody knows that the rates of tablet sales have dramatically increased, and by our projections, by 2016, this is a market that will double in size. Frankly, we're not worried about that. We're actually very pleased about this, because this is another great opportunity for Intel and for all our customers. And I say this because of some research that we've done, which shows that when customers affiliate the Intel brand name and Intel technology with tablets, there is a greater propensity for them to buy that tablet, and they're willing to pay more for it because it gives them that comfort factor of buying a product which is based on a very strong brand name and very strong underlying technology. Now, if customers out there also want to sell your own branded tablet systems, our channel organization can help you with that because we have relationship with ODMs who can help you bring to market your own branded tablet. So if there's an interest of you on that side, please come and talk to us. We can connect you with the right people to try to have your own branded systems on sale. Why do people want to choose an Intel branded system? Well, there's lots of reasons, but I think the primary thing is about the compatibility with the legacy issues, whether that's software, whether that's your peripherals, whether that's connectivity and security. These are the things that give people that comfort factor, that if they buy a Windows and Intel-based solution, they will have all that connectivity with all their legacy application. So the pain of buying a new device or moving to that device is not there. They have that comfort factor that it's simply got to work out of the box. There's no question about the fact, that the pace of change, the pace of innovation in the mobile world is accelerating. And across this continuum of whether you're largely a consumer of content or creator of content, there are going to be lots and lots of devices coming our way, whether they're tablets, whether they're detachable, convertibles, phones, etc. The best possible scenario, as I mentioned earlier, is a situation where you could give to your customer a device that they can use in multiple ways. This two-in-one scenario of using a device either as a tablet or PC as you want it to be. Our goal is to make sure that we bring products to market which gives customers that flexibility, that compatibility, and that security. Security, Piers mentioned, he touched upon it. This is a very, very big pillar, a very big area of concern for all of us, notably at Intel. Intel bought McAfee some time ago, and we do a lot of work in terms of security. Cybercrime today is a $1 trillion industry. I call it an industry because this is not just a bunch of spotty kids trying to crack systems. It is an industry. It is actually worth more than the worldwide illegal drug trade by 2x. And cybercrime is accelerating at a phenomenal rate. McAfee reckoned that every day, 100,000 new pieces of malware are detected. And this is accelerating. So security is a very big pillar. And we, in the systems that we will bring out to market, will ensure that security is at the hardware level to give users that comfort factor. So there are lots of devices coming on the market. It is incumbent on us as vendors, as manufacturers, and we need your help as retailers to make sure that customers buy the right products for their needs. So please make use of all the tools, resources, the branding, the marketing messages that we have so that we ensure that the customer buys the best possible device for their use. So with that, I want to thank you for your attention. I wish you a great Distree, good connections. I wish you great sales on Intel products. And my parting message is that, there's lots of innovation, and the best of Intel is about to get much better. Thank you.